Papa. Today I'm here to discuss about topic voice. So we'll discuss this topic in four aspects. First of all, we'll begin with its introduction itself, and then we'll do the practical implementation of the voice, and then later on we will practice how to transform the active into passive and passive into active, and finally we will do some oral question which will help to make our concept more clear. Well, let's begin with introduction. Here I have already written that active and passive voice. Let's begin with introduction of active voice. What is active voice? Generally, I have already discussed about the topic tense, the time generally, and the tense are three in type, and those three times can be represented in 12 words. Those 12 ways of speaking are generally known as the active ways of speaking. So those sentence formulas in the subject, verb and object form. So these are the active ways of speaking. So and what is the passive way of speaking? If the sentence begins with object and ends at subject, that way is the passive way of speaking. Let me tell you one thing. All sentence structure do not have subject, verb and object. Some sentence can give a proper meaning without subject or object, but the verb is the thing which is really necessary in sentence. So this is the thing you should remember. And let's move to the practical implementation of active and passive voice. Well, let me give you one example, then you will be more clear about the active voice. King Tirban has established Tirban University in 2014. Okay, let's think about this sentence. This sentence is the active sentence because I begin with subject, and at the middle there is verb, and at last there is object. This is the active sentence. And what is the intention of this sentence? Let's talk about that. Here, the intention of active sentence is to give more value for the subject. Here, I am trying to give more value for the King Tirban. Here, the sentence is on the periphery of subject, or let's say agent. Who has done that? King Tirban has done that. Who is the credit taker? King Tirban. I really want to give credit for the King Tirban. This is my intention in active sentence. And what will be the passive for the same sentence? Okay, let's make the passive of the same active sentence. Tirban University has been established in 2014. Well, what have I done over here? I have omitted the part of agent. Well, this will happen in the passive structure. I intentionally hide the credit of King Tirban. I don't want to show the agent who has done the work. Rather, I am focusing on what has happened over here. So this is the motive of passive structure. Okay, let me give you one practical example, then you will be more clear about the active and passive practical implementation. Well, nowadays, some people are saying that Prime Minister KP Oli has constructed the bridge. Prime Minister KP Samawali has renovated the temples. Well, these things or these types of sentences are common on some newspaper article and on some television headlines. At the same time, there will get the other opinions also. People are saying that the bridge has been constructed, temple has been renovated. Means they don't want to take the name of agent. On the one hand, some people want to give credit for the Prime Minister, and they are using the active language to make Prime Minister highlighted, or they want to give more credit for the Prime Minister. On the other hand, other people don't take care about the agent, and they don't want to show the credit of Prime Minister, or let's say the agent, they just want to talk about the action code what's happening over there. So this is the difference between active and passive. Let me give you one more practical example, then you'll be more clear about the implementation of active and passive voice. Suppose you and your friend are sitting in the same room, and unfortunately your friend touched somewhere, and then accidentally some negative thing happened with the means one television was hanging on the wall and it fell down and broke. And later on there appeared the owner and went to inquire. And what will you do at that time? There was your friend, so you really don't like to take name directly. So you will focus, you will speak on passive because you don't want to directly take name of your friend. You never say that my friend has broken the television. Rather, you will say television has been broken. Means what are you doing over here? You are doing politics. But generally, active and passive voice are commonly used for the political and diplomatic speeches. If you want to highlight the thing, use active. And if you don't like to highlight, or if you want to share, or if you want to omit the thing, then use passive. This is the practical implementation of active and passive. And the next thing is that how to transfer active into passive and how to convert passive into active. Let's do on the board. Okay, these are the active ways of speaking. These are the structure, and let's do how can we convert this active structure into passive. Well, the simple present, the simple past, and the simple future. I have already mentioned that without always passive voice begin with object. So let's write object in the beginning of this sentence. We can write object at the beginning of sentence, so it's not down. And then what will you do? The thing you should remember is that without auxiliary verb, it's not possible to make passive structure. So auxiliary verb is compulsory. So can you see here auxiliary verb, subject, verb 1, verb 5, and object. There's no more auxiliary verb. And what should we do in this time? So we will check the auxiliary verb from the near structure. Means the simple present doesn't have auxiliary verb. So which is the near structure of the simple present? That is present continuous tense. And let's check the auxiliary from the present continuous tense. And what are they? They are is, and are. And the thing you should remember is that verb third is compulsory in passive structure. So just write verb third blindly. And if you like to add subject at the end of the sentence passive structure, just write by plus subject. And similarly, for simple past, you also no more auxiliary, so just brought it from the past continuous tense and or and just write verb third and by plus subject. If it's necessary, just write. And then for simple future tense, let's begin with object and then just write shall and will and then what next? That's be. Just straight from the future continuous tense and add over here. Then verb third and then by plus subject. These are the ways how we should transfer active into passive for the three simple structure. And let's move to the continuous structure. Object will be the beginning, or this is the fix. This will remember, and then just add object at the beginning of the sentence and just add auxiliary, because in this all structure there are auxiliary. And what is the thing to differentiate between the present and continuous? If you just write in this way, then there will be the great chance to become a same active and passive structure. Same passive structure for the continuous and present. So what should we do? We add here being, then author plus by plus subject. And for past continuous also, use same technique. Just write was over here, and what will be here? Being, because these all are continuous. For the continuous, just use being and complete your passive structure. And here also just write shall, will plus be plus being plus author plus by plus subject. And for the perfect structure, it's obvious that object will be at the beginning of sentence, and then auxiliary verbs. So we don't have to take from the other structures. So just write, and then what will be the things to differentiate, as this is the passive of the perfect tense, that is being, being over here, plus author plus by plus subject. And just for this also, write had plus been plus author plus by plus subject. And here also just write shall, will plus have plus been plus author plus by plus subject. These are the strokes of simple, and these are the continuous, and these are the perfect. For perfect continuous tense, the passive is not relevant, it's not useful. So let's work with the other modal auxiliary verb. For example, can, could, may, might, shall are modal auxiliary verbs. Except that we can do with has to, have to, is to. I have categorized those under the modal auxiliary verb. For those modal auxiliary verb, also object will be at the beginning of the sentence. That's obvious. Then write auxiliary modals. The thing you should remember while you are doing auxiliary of the modal auxiliary verb is that it should be in front of the verb third and after the auxiliary verb. If you do this, and then you will get the correct passive structure of the modal auxiliary verb. This is the way how we can transform active into passive and passive into active. And let's move to the other session, that is about the moral question. Means necessary question which will help you to judge yourself as how your concept is clear or not. Okay, these are some questions. Okay, let's do together. How can we convert this active structure into passive? The first question is, they are going to read a stadium. Okay, let's transfer this sentence. Just write object at the beginning, a stadium, and then means that use it without auxiliary verb, it's not possible. And a stadium is going to, then use be, and then built, built, author. A student is going to be built. Someone has reported the incident, and just one incident at the beginning. The incidents and then white have, because here are incidents. The incidents have been reported. I saw that someone had broken into my bag. Leave that bag. I saw that. Begin from here. Someone, subject, had broken into my bag. Here is someone. It's not necessary to write at the end of the sentence. Here is someone. So these are not the subject with valid. I saw that someone had broken into my bag. Just write from here. My bag. My bike, and then had and been. My bike had been broken into. Have they signed a contract? What will we do at this time? Have they signed a contract? White has. Just white has. Why just white has? Because here we'll take a contract at the beginning. So here is subject day. So it's have. If you want to take a contract as subject, then it's necessary to write has as the beginning of the sentence. Has a contract, and then just write been. Why been? Because this is the perfect tense. So we have already discussed about that. With perfect, it's necessary to write been, and with continuous, been. The last one is the driver may not have delivered it yet. Why? The driver may not have delivered it at. It may not have been delivered at. It may not have been delivered at. Okay, I don't think the driver is important as a subject, so I don't write at the end. So you can do that because subjects are not more important in the passive structure. Okay. If you do have any difficulties, comment on my video. This is all about the active and passive structure. We'll meet again with the next video. Goodbye.